football comes to an end with a Monday night primetime contest between the Houston Texans and the New Orleans Saints. Punter Sanchez has it teed up and ready to go. Monday night primetime is underway. Return starts at the 3. They get to him before he can amount to much, just beyond that 15-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
Let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10. Straight ahead, here's Miller. And he takes it ahead for a 4-yard pickup there to begin our game.
That's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yard to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You can stick to the ground, you can throw beyond the sticks, really create some indecision now defensively.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. On play action, here's Sharp. Flushed out of the pocket. He's running with it. And he's able to get across the 25 before stepping out. They get 6 and a 1st down as well.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end. You see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that 1st down anyway.
Here's Shup, 1st and 10. He's going to loft one deep to the left. That's grabbed inside the 30. He's on the level. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints take a 6-0 lead right away. That one splits the uprights. And the Saints will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Texans have it.
Reed now to kick this one away. Starting from the 5. The coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Texans to the line. 1st and 10. Now here's DeAndre Swift on the ground. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instinct come to life.
Nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Finds his running back, DeAndre Swift. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this 1st quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
Stroud to throw on 1st down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and they hit nothing. It free. incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
And that plunge is going to garner a couple of yards. That was Michael Parsons making that play.
Hey, that's a run that's all hung on the stat sheet. If you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Throwing on third down, Stroud. They set up the screen here to Swift. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
It's plays like that, Kate, right, wrong. When I sit and judge a defense, I judge the awareness. I judge how well that coordinator's got him equipped to see what's going on the field, and not just see it, but attack it. And they devoured that screen game on third down.
And he got a little too much leg into that one. That's a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity, no doubt. This ball's coming out to the 20. New Orleans has the offense set. All right, Brock, here's 1st and 10. Coming left is Miller. And they'll stop him after he picks up 4 to begin this drive.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
First down run, nabs him 5. Now 2nd and 5. Again, it's Miller. Give him 3 yards. That's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play. Just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer. Find the lane quicker. The defender may be a half step late. This could have been much, much more exciting.
3rd and just 2 to go.
Let's go.
Throwing now on 3rd and 2. Looking downfield, snagged by Arroyo. He's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. Now about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset. 1st and 10 from the 43. Off the play action, Chuck. Going all the way to the end zone here. And he's got it. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints take a 13-0 lead. A quick second score for him, Brock, already. And we aren't even out of this opening quarter yet.
I think I just saw that D coordinator rip up his game plan down on the sidelines. Because you got to find some new resources here. You got to dedicate more bodies, more physicality to this playmaker. Because we know in this league, when you get a guy going like this, they're going to go to him until you stop him.
Reed now to kick this one away. He fields it from the 8. And this drive will start inside the 25.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
All right, the Houston offense looks set, Brock. Here's 1st and 10. To the air, Stroud. Has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Offense up to the line pass.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Here's Swift on 2nd down. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
You know what I like about a second and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a 1st down. You know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
Travis hit, the ball is out, and the Saints grab it. And they can't add anything after that recovery, partner, but they do take possession of the football.
You know, Kate, defenders today are taught, don't just go get the sack. Go get the sack and the fumble. It's become an art form. Making that strip sack and that play was a masterpiece.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now an inside handoff to Miller. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
He is tackled
the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Running once more with Miller. And he's going to go out with a pickup of 3, so chip it away a few here ahead of this 3rd down.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
On the table here for 3rd and 3. Pistol snap here to Shuck. Forced out to his right. Making the call himself. And they're going to be set up at the 11 after that play. 12 yards on that play and a good call nets him the first.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Hand off here for Miller. And he barrels across for the touchdown. The Saints take a 20-zip lead. He broke the tackle he needed to, Brock. And how about that effort then to keep it going and eventually reach that end zone?
Yeah, that's awesome on the offensive side. Defensively, not every missed tackle is the same. It may be on a stat sheet, but sometimes the help to finish a play isn't arriving quick enough, and you're the only one. The last line of defense. In that moment, you got to scratch, you got to claw, you got to tear to make the stop, because a broken tackle can mean a touchdown.
Reed now to kick this one away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Stroud off the play fake. And he's going to go down. Great work by the Saints. And Stroud begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
I love a good bootleg just like every other quarterback does. And bootlegs are most effective, Kate, when you're running it first and you deceive that defense. But if you're not running it, or it's a poor fake, or you got a defense that is sound, or you have the opportunity to get hit in the face in less than 2 seconds, just like that. Hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
On 3rd and long, it's Stroud. He's loaded another one up. So the heave knocked away from the intended targets. That brings up 4th down. Another punt coming up for Rigoberto Sanchez.
Sanchez in punt formation.
Begins his return at the 16. And he gets his offense in better field position here to start. Out close to the 30.
At their own 26-yard line.
Saints to the line now. 1st and 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Miller. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
On the play brings up 2nd and 10 at the 27-yard line.
We're through one on Monday Night Primetime. 21-0 our score. Back to the Superdome of Caesar in just a bit. We're back for the second quarter. Saints in possession of the football. They start out 2nd and 10. From the gun, and give to Miller. And whatever they were trying to do there is not going to work. Defenders all over it, so they take him down for a loss. Man, some of these middlebackers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
On the give, it's Miller. Same guy, same results. He's brought it up for a second time. That's going to bring him to 4th down.
Well, it was bad enough the previous run went backwards. You've got to have balance in this league. I mean, really do. There's no chance offensively to find sustained success unless you present run and pass to a defense. And right now, this defense is owning your run game.
Punt meets him at the 28. And it ends up a good return for him. Up past their own 40.
At their own 44-yard line.
Nice starting spot for the Texans here. They're about set. 1st and 10.
Already.
Shotgun now, first round. And the first play of this year is going to be an incomplete pass. Intended for his running back there. That brings up 2nd down.
Safe to say there's been an early disconnect between the planning phase and the execution phase for this offense. Might be time, Kate, really to get back to basics, to the calls that you just trust the most.
Out of the shotgun, a give to Swift. No luck there. Ran that one right into traffic and went nowhere as a result. It's going to be 3rd down.
Big man up front said, not in my house. Let me tell you, hey, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this. It's over. Over.
Third and 10. Can this offense get it done? They'll throw. 3rd and long. Complete beyond the marker. He has this down to the 34. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it'll be 1st down, Houston.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run. Stroud. Setting up the running back screen. And he maybe got back to the line there, but no further.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Throw here, 3rd down. It's his running back. And they're going to bring him down as he makes it all the way to the 12. Working quickly here.
21 yards. And the Texans, 1st down.
1st down, here's Swift. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Swift gets it again on 2nd down. And that's not what the offense dialed up. They stick him for a loss. It's going to be 3rd down. He is quickly making a habit out of wrecking plays, Brock, and it doesn't seem to matter what type of play that is.
It's what the best of them do. We talk about just the versatility of offensive players being dual threats. This guy's a dual threat against the pass, and that time stuffing the run.
And he'll get this across. Touchdown, Houston. The Wow, how about the timing on that call? They catch him off guard, and it's an easy score on that wide receiver run.
That's exactly right. They crossed up the defense there, busted some tendencies. What a great call. And what great vision as a ball carrier. You don't always see that from wide receivers. That is a job well done.
Jason Sanders to try the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Texans get it back to a 14-point game.
Texans 7. Roberto Sanchez set to kick off.
Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. A pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun.
Let's go. Go.
Miller with it. Oh, man, nothing for him again, Brock. It has been a struggle all game as this one's quickly mocked up, too. That's a nice, quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Brought down by Christian Wilkins.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
He hauls the first over the middle. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him, only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Off his back foot, he's going to hurl this one deep. And he's got it. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints make it a 3-possession game. They'll try this extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Saints stretch their lead to 21.
28. Texans 7.
Reed now to kick this one away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Bronx. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line. 1st and 10. Stroud off of play action. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's going to bring this down to their 35. It's a 30-yard gain, Brock, so unsurprisingly, that gives him a 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So the big play moves him well past midfield, has him set up now at the 35.
Where's the hot? Ready?
All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10. From the gun, Stroud. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not the standard they set for themselves.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Stroud. He finds space, middle of the field. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans chop some of the lead off before the half. Nico Collins with a touchdown. There sure was a lot of trust on that play, Brock, and he proved worthy of it with that end result.
Yeah, good old receiver. Someone who just knows how to get it into the end zone is worth his weight in gold to a QB. And on that throw, there was trust there that he had a shot to find pay dirt.
Extra point is good by Sanders. And the Texans get it back to a 14-point game.
Texans 14. Roberto Sanchez set to kick off.
Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. Fields this one at the 3. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down.
At their own 25-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Chuck now from the gun. Look at that power, deep left side. And the downfield call is going to go unanswered. Defender saw to that. That incompletion means it's 2nd down.
A small little jab there, finally landed by the defense. Able to break up one of these passes, but let's be real. We know who's been landing the heavy punches all game long. Looks like they're going to keep being aggressive too, Kate. I love that. Stay on the gas.
It is caught at the 20. And they are all the way into that red zone.
Look at the touch he put on that throw down the field. That was a masterpiece. He was the artist behind it, laying it in the perfect spot to create the big play.
They run. It's Miller. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
1st down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Now it's Miller. Stopped after a gain of 2, and that's going to bring up 3rd down.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here.
Ready? Hiking 18. Check.
They go left side with Miller. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Houston calls it 2nd timeout. Now we'll have a field goal try coming up for the Saints. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that makes this a 3-score game.
In that close in the red zone, you know they're upset they couldn't finish the drive with a touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
Has this at the 6. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Here's Swift to start the drive. And he's going to be brought down up at the 31. Give him 13 on that play. And will be a 1st down, Texans.
Unlike that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know you can set the table for more.
We've set it downs for him from the 31.
On the quick, right?
Stroud throwing here on 1st. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable. And creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Here we go.
He's back to throw. And this falls incomplete with just 2 seconds remaining.
If this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
Here we go. 18.
He'll throw it. Chased out to his right. Another drop. The last 2 plays both should have been intercepted, but neither could be brought in. However, Brock, they do at least force this 4th down. Reed now to kick this one away. On the return, it's Jalen Knoll. And not a bad place for them to start, up past the 30-yard line. First and 10 from the 32. They go play action with Stroud. Connects on the crosser. He's got room to roam. Along the right sideline, there's space. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans cut into the lead coming out of halftime. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olsen would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. He's going to field this at the 2. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. First call here coming from the shotgun. Straight ahead, here's Miller. And he's going to have this up near the 40, just a little bit short of it. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down to just one play. Get that big play potential on the ground. Jeez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
Fresh set of downs now from the 39.
Let's go now. Panther 60. Panther 60.
First down, and they go right back to it. And this one's going the wrong way. Nice win for that defense as they send it backwards.
These edge defenders in the league today, Kate, they've got so much on their list to do. A huge to-do list. They got to get to the passer, they got to set an edge, and they got to stop that run game, not just on the end of the line, but in that case, right in the middle of the field.
On play action, here's Shump. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they bring him down after what he thought was a great game, but officials are saying he had some extra help. We've got a flag down. I think this might be a hold, partner. So this is going to be second down and long following the holding flag. Shot working from the gun. Lays out. What a catch.
That is all-out effort to make the catch. Putting his body on the line, diving for the ball. He earned that reception and some more targets in the immediate future.
Third down, here's Shump. Finds a seam down the middle. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. It's a massive 35-yard pickup, first down. So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30.
28-yard line.
First and 10. Here's Shuck. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit, Kate. You got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
Off the play action. Chuck. Escapes the pocket. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away.
I'll give this quarterback credit. He bought as much time as he could, but eventually, the only option left was to throw it away.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. To the air on third and long. That'll be caught by Miller. And he will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with first and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
Speaks to this guy's talent as just an all-around difference maker, playmaker. We see him line up as a receiver, and we don't even bat an eye, Kate. And we don't really bat an eye when he makes that kind of play either. This guy's just different, built for the moment.
On the ground, it's Miller. And he gets in, touchdown. The Saints making a 16-point ball game. Well, we all knew what was coming when they got into that goal line formation, didn't we, Brock? And they just pound the rock in for an old-school touchdown.
I just sometimes love that stuff. Nothing fancy, nothing cute. Here's our formation. You know we're running right at you, and we challenge you to stop us, and you can't.
That one right down the middle. And the Saints take a 3-possession lead.
Texans 21.
Reed now to kick this one away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone. So no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. Nice starting spot for the Texans here. They're about set. First and 10. This drive is going to begin with a run by Swift. Well, he continues to find no traction on the ground here, Brock, as they bring him down for no gain.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play. But it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now, second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Completed to his running back. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. He skips down inside the 35-yard line. That one hits for 30. And it'll be first down, Houston. Offense in the hurry up here.
A gain of 30. First down, Houston.
Running with Swift out of the gun. And this is going to go for about an 8-yard pickup as he takes him inside the 30-yard line. Moving quickly, trying to get set. Shotgun now for Stroud. Connecting with his back here, Swift. He's taken out as he brings it down towards the 10. It's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And it'll be a first down, Texans.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. And now it's second down.
Hey, eventually, Kate, as a quarterback, you better be careful throwing check down, that's check down, that's check down. Eventually, that defense will catch on to it, and they'll make him pay and punish him there physically.
Stroud to throw again on second. This one's caught. For a second, we both thought he'd get the first, but he winds up being just shy of a gain of 8, third down.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush your passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
We go with the design keeper. And the defense holds, Brock. They catch him at the 4. He only gets back to that line of scrimmage.
It's results like that that drive coordinators nuts. premature balding, gray, wrinkles, all of it, Kate. You call something conservative. The last thing you're thinking is you're going to lose yards on a 3rd and 1 run.
Stroud's going to throw for it. He finds it beyond the marker. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Sanders connects on the point after. And the Texans cut the lead down to 10.
Texans 28. Rigoberto Sanchez set to kick off.
That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Shuck. That throw comes up short. Need a little more muscle on that one. Not on the same page with his tight end. And now they face 2nd down.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Throwing now off the play action. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Just cannot afford right here, Kate, to go 3 and out. Not when you watch your counterpart score a touchdown. Cling to that lead and find a way to convert this 3rd down. It's a big one. And cut off some of the mojo from the other side.
Third and long. They're going to throw. Looking slant route. Complete. Avoids a defender. We've got a foot race. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
Some great throws to a nice route catch to move in the chain. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. To throw again here, it's Shuck. Hits his running back. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They'll go play action. Catch made, left side by Palmer. And that short gain is enough for a new set it down.
A gain of 4 yards.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So fresh set of downs now from the 39. Pistol snap here to Shuck. Bails out of the pocket quick. Moving right, airs it out down the sideline. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
So it's 2nd and 10 now. Ball still at that 39-yard line. They'll work against the blitz. This is going to be incomplete again. Defender knocks this one away. Brings up third down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, when things happen so fast, those windows close in a hurry. Quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not two hands that got on the football.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. They'll throw, third and long. Complete beyond the marker. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints lengthen the lead at the end of the third. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Reed now to kick this one away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10.
Here we go. Oh, boy. 18. What's that?
To the air, Stroud. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass.
That's a throw at this level. So much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. It's going to be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10. A give right side for Swift. And this will only complicate matters for third down, partner. They're sent backwards. Just 1 quarter to go on Monday Night Primetime. It's not quite over yet, but it'll take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the 4th quarter. The Saints going with some extra defensive backs on this 3rd down.
All right.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. He set up the screen here to Swift. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Down big, they're going to exhaust all options, it appears. The offense lining up to go for this. Desperation time here. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jonas Saker. And the Saints get it back on his 6th interception of the season.
Pass. Intercepted. Result of the play is a turnover on downs.
New Orleans has the offense set. All right, Brock, here's 1st and 10. On play action, here's Shump. It connects down the sideline. And he's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for a Saints 1st down.
Let's go.
Now an inside handoff to Miller. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, Kate, it's plays like that. It's just kind of the meat and potatoes. Not going to make any highlight reel, but just the positive, efficient plays on the ground. You need to keep plays and drives alive.
So gain of 5 on that 1st down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on 2nd. Again, it's Miller. And he's going to be hauled down at the 2. That sets up 1st and goal.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they can stick it right back in the pocket for a later occasion.
I Might be trying to power this across, Brock. They've got 3 tight ends out there. It's 1st and goal. Running once more with Miller. And they keep him out of the end zone. Can't even get beyond the line. Touchdown denied. Ooh, talk about a bad look there, Brock. Going jumbo set and still moving backwards after that play.
I don't think you're talking to this defense, Kate, because I think they thought that was an excellent look to knock that thing backwards.
Yeah, good point, good point. Here's a design run. And they're going to keep him out once again. That sends him backwards, brings up 3rd and goal.
This coordinator tried to show some trust and belief in his offense. A run after a negative run? Well, you lose a lot of equity and belief in that coordinator. I don't think he's going to try a 3rd run after back-to-back negative losses.
Chuck now on 3rd and goal. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense are down away from completing this stand. It's 4th and goal.
It's 4th and goal.
Now we'll have a field goal try coming up for the Saints. He's hit once already. This is a short one, inside of 30 yards. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that extends the lead to 20.
Get another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
Reed now to kick this one away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Nice starting spot for the Texans here. They're about set. 1st and 10. Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. And the Saints are all over this one. Great work by the defense. Offensive line fast.
It's 2nd down.
From the gun, Stroud. He's in trouble. He gets brought down again. And hopefully they'll have some better blocking on the next play because that was not good. Brings up 3rd down.
Some squads you just see loves to do this, Kate, and I've got so much respect for defensive coordinators who late in the game, instead of playing prevent, they step up the aggression meter. Back-to-back sacks puts this offense and this quarterback way off schedule.
On 3rd and long, it's Stroud. Throw right side, Dell has it. Picked up a good chunk, but they stop him shy of the 1st. It's 4th and short.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field. Keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Can't blame him looking at that scoreboard, right? Might as well go for this on 4th down. They're going to try to throw for it. He's got it to his running back. And he takes it down to the 33. They come through massive gain there on 4th down, give him 24 yards, and most importantly, 1st down.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to hitting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of him.
1st down now, ball at the 33.
Here we go.
Looking to throw, Stroud. Fits it through the middle. Tackle made at the 10, 1st and goal coming up. So the hurry up here.
1st down and 10 yards to go.
From the red zone on 1st. This one's caught. And they'll get there and stop him at the line.
That's not a big completion on a stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends would get you.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
On the quick, right?
Here's Stroud again. Catch made. And in he goes for the Houston touchdown. The Texans get it back to within 2 possessions. A second touchdown through the air for Brock, and independent of the game situation, we both know he's going to be happy to leave the field with 2 of them in one game.
1 touchdown, you just might be right time, right place, but 2 touchdowns in a game is always about the preparation. The separation to the preparation. It's doing that work on the practice field. You know before the game, when my number's called, I'm going to be there to deliver.
Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. Returnable from the 2. Things going well so far. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40.
At their own 38-yard line.
All right, this is going to be the last play before the 2-minute warning.
Let's go now. Go.
Off the play action, jump. He's going to loft this deep down the left sideline. Brought in inside the 20. And he is inside the 20, down to the 19-yard line. Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone. Handoff here for Miller. Robbed by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing to run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Check up.
Now a shotgun handoff to Miller. They stuck with him and got the same results. He is stopped at the line once again to quickly bring up 3rd down. That one felt kind of counterintuitive there, Brock. They load up the line with that extra blocking, and then the run goes out to the edge anyway.
That's right. You put 2 tight ends on the field, yeah, you can live with a stalemate. It's hard to move people in the NFL, but you do not want to go backwards.
From the gun, a gift to Miller. He only gets a couple yards. They are well short. It's 4th down. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. So for the 3rd time tonight, they're going to bring him out for a field goal try. From the left hash, 34 yards away. And it is good. No problems there on a shorter attempt. And that'll give them a 16-point advantage.
That kick, well, it throws a roadblock up on some of the remaining avenues to get back in this game. It really leaves only 1 remaining. It's going to take 2 touchdowns if they want a shot at it. And we know those odds, they're getting pretty long.
Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line. 1st and 10. First give on the ground. It's Woody Marks. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Okay, to run like that, just everybody gets to breathe. Things become so much easier when you start a drive with momentum like that.
Drag the throw on 1st down. That's where right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. No luck finding his receiver that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. Well, he already has himself 1 interception in his game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse and sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when 1 pick becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and on and on.
Give him 2 yards on the play. It's going to be 4th down and 8.
It's 4th down.
for it here, trailing in the fourth.
All right.
Desperation time here on fourth. And they get to him and haul him down. What a play, forcing the sack, and that should just about put a bow on this one.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate, says you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the fourth. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring it down.
This offense is now left for some ground to make up a little bit here on second down. After that drive starts, a very minimal gain.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down. They're going to pass it here. Caught, nice gain left side. He's going to be stopped, but not before dealing some damage. He's down to the 12. They strike for 23 yards. And that's good for a new set of downs for New Orleans.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
So fans starting to stream from the Superdome to the French Quarter as it's a win for the Saints. And this winning streak continues to grow as they claim their 4th victory in a row. So for my partner Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Saints as we say so long from New Orleans.